Hey everybody, GReimer here, coming at you once again from Cerro Gordo Zoo. Playing some more ZAWA for your eyeballs and ear holes to enjoy, and we're just chilling out here in front of the Big Cats exhibit because I just thought this would be a very nice place to do an intro. Hopefully you guys are having a wonderful Friday. I'm having a pretty good one. I'm back at work. I was out with a knee injury for a little bit, but I'm back at work. My feet are sore. I feel like I've done something this week. But I'm going to do something this week in today's episode, that's for sure. Right behind me actually is where I'm going to be working today. But before we get to that, you guys rocked it. Absolutely killed it down in the comment section with some eel names. Remember, we built the Moray eel exhibit last episode. Hold on one second. Let me get some airborneness here, and let's go over here and take a peek. All right, I've been doing some work on the shipwreck. I got the the starboard? Yes, the starboard side done. I don't have the deck or the port side or the mast or any of the really cool details done, but I got this jumbled mess right here. And if you look at it, it's supposed to, look like a shipwreck kind of leaning off to one side. So like the center of the ship is actually right here, and it kind of goes up diagonal. It's a mess. It's not done yet. I tried. This is like 6 more hours of work put into it. So I got to do the other side still. It's still a work in progress. But in last week's episode, we did build. This, okay, we got this aquarium built right here, and this is for the Moray eel. And you guys, like I said, killed it in the comment section. I'm flying. You guys killed it in the comment section with names, so we're gonna go squirt a couple of them in here. I got 4 of them in my inventory. I was thinking about putting maybe 5, and I might put 5. What if we put 5? We might do 5. Okay, let's put 5 in there, and then yeah, because this is a pretty big exhibit, pretty long exhibit. Should be plenty of room for 5 eels to swim around in. But let's get to doing some naming, because you guys entered names, and I needed them, and so let's go do some naming. Okay, as usual, I'd like to say thank you to everyone who submitted a name this week, and if I don't pick your name, keep on trying. We still got more animals to go. All right, so let's get to this. The first one is going to be named, and I love this name. Shout out to Sakana for naming this one. Eel Patrick Harris. After, of course, the actor Neil Patrick Harris. So this first one's gonna be named Eel Patrick Harris. Excellent name. Partic. I spelled that wrong. Patrick. There we go. All right. Thank you, Sakana, for submitting that name. Sorry about my little derpiness on typing. It turns out that da-da-da's got a da-da-da sometimes. All right, and then the next one is we named a camel, I believe, last year after Kal-El, and we named him Camel. So we're going to stick with the tradition of naming an animal after Superman, and this one is going to be named Kal-El. Kal-El. the last eel of Krypton. Thank you goes out to Alessandro for naming that one. And then this was actually the most requested because it was by 2 people, actually, but we're going to name this one Eelvis. After Elvis Presley, obviously, so this is going to be named Eelvis. And that goes, big shout out goes out to Sakana and Evil Banana for naming that one. And then you guys know my affinity for Pokemon names. It kind of gets the best of me sometimes. This one's going to be named Tynamo, and it's because Sloth Buddy 206 suggested I name him that. Tynamo is, of course, a Pokemon, so kind of tickled my heartstrings, and I couldn't resist. And while we're talking about Pokemon, let's go ahead and name this last one Huntail, okay? Now, Puppet Master 13 suggested that we name this one Huntail. That is, of course, another one of the Pokemon in the wonderful world of Pokemon. So 2 of them named after 2 Pokemon, and then the rest of them named after other people. I think that was a pretty good haul right there. Thank you guys so much for submitting names. Let's go name these things. Here at Cerro Gordo, we have nothing but the fanciest and most up-to-date ways to get to our animals. It's called digging a hole and jumping in it. Okay, so we're here in the aquarium. I gotta remember to seal this when I leave here, because that might be awkward. Actually, I think this stone, I gotta figure out where the stone actually goes. I'm pretty sure it just goes right here. I don't think that's supposed to be a water block, but all right, we'll fill that in when we get to that point. Okay, now there is not a lot of room once you actually get in here, so we're going to try to start over here and work our way that way, and hopefully we'll be able to smash in 5 different eels in here. Okay, let's put the first one down. This one's going to be Eel Patrick Harris. Ooh, like that. There he is. Look at him. He's kind of greenish in color. Enjoy yourself, Eel Patrick Harris, and welcome to Cerro Gordo. Okay, then he's actually kind of swimming this way, so the next one is going to be Kal-El. There we go. Kal-El, he's got a zebra stripe going on there. There we go. Kal-El, welcome to Cerro Gordo. I love that name. Okay, then we're going to be putting down Eelvis. He's also a tiger stripe looking one. There you go, Eelvis, welcome. Enjoy your new aquarium. And then the fourth one's going to be Tynamo. I just want to make sure that I don't accidentally name another one that... There we go, put that down. Tynamo looks kind of interesting. It's like a darker green. That's kind of cool. Creepy looking. And for the last one, we're going to be putting down Huntail. Boom, right there. Huntail is a gray in color. That's kind of interesting. So we got 2 tiger striped, or zebra striped design ones, and then the rest of them were all kind of unique. That's pretty cool. Oh, get out of there, get out of there. I got to get up here and block this up so that they don't get in here. If I could press buttons, I'm pressing all sorts of wrong things. I gotta block this up so they don't get out of here. But welcome to the zoo, eels. Enjoy your stay. Oh yeah, I like this. You can kind of see them through the glass there. I mean, water exhibits are always kind of difficult to see them through it, but their tails stick through the glass occasionally, so they make them really visible to see. I think it's gonna work out pretty good. Oh, look at that. The sun is setting. Creepers be creeping. I gotta take a nap. And then we're going to head on over to where I started the whole episode off over there, and we're going to get to work on doing a little bit of work. All right, so this area is where we're going to be working in today's episode. It's been kind of left open because I didn't really know what to do with it. A few episodes ago, possibly on a live stream, I don't know, my memory sucks. I talked about how getting an exhibit in here was going to be a little tricky because I needed a path to come through here, like right here. And I also couldn't just put it... originally, I would like to put the exhibit just right over there. But remember, we are slowly working on this this minecart track that's going to go into right there. And I can't exactly have a pit dug down right there. Otherwise, it's going to be right in the way of the track. I guess the track could go through the exhibit, but then we run the risk of running over an animal, which, by the way, we're going to be doing the pangolins today, okay? The Indian pangolins, they're like the scaly anteater looking guy things. We're going to be doing those today, and we're going to be squeezing them in right here. So, as I was sitting here brainstorming and thinking to myself, I was like, Self, how are you going to get the path through here? Okay, because if we can't put the exhibit over here, that would be the easy one. Exhibit here, path runs that way, problem solved. But we can't do that, because remember, the minecart's going to go that way, so we can't really do that there. So we have to put the exhibit over here, which means we could curve the path up and over it and there, which wouldn't look bad, but what if, and hear me out on this one, what if we put the path directly through the exhibit? What if we built a bridge that went right through the exhibit? Now, pangolins aren't exactly like super dangerous as far as I'm aware. I guess I don't really know much about them. I know that they live in kind of barren and sandy-ish. Actually, they live kind of in all sorts of environments, but they prefer barren and like sandy-like environments, so it's easier for them to dig burrows and stuff, according to the Wikipedia. But what if we built like a bridge that went right across it? What if this was just a straight path leading right across it, and then the exhibit was just kind of in here? I think that'd be kind of a cool idea. But to do that, we're going to need to mark out the exhibit first, hence why I got my torches out. We don't really need these torch lines here because we know the path is going through here. Plus, it didn't really follow those anyway. It just kind of went that way. These were just rough guesses anyway, so I mean, whatever. But we need to mark out the path here. Now, I don't mind carving this back just a little bit because we don't really need that elevated much. It looks like we'll still be able to fit the minecart in there. But we can carve out pretty far, like somewhere like right... We're just winging it here. Winging it, people. Something like that. Okay, that's actually a pretty big exhibit considering these things are little creatures. But why not, you know? Let's actually go for it. Okay, so now that I have it marked out, the digging begins. Now I don't have, is this hollow? Yeah, okay, it's mainly hollow. I don't have, not entirely. There's actually some stuff here. I don't actually have the beacon, but I'm thinking it would probably be a good idea to go get it for this and set it up somewhere. But alright, I have to do some digging. It's not going to be that big of a deal for you guys because it's all going to happen in just a blink of an eye. Blink! There it is. Done. See? Told you it's just going to be a blink of the eye. Alright, so the hole has been dug into the ground. A little tricky on this one, not going to lie. It was a little bit of a pucker factor, actually, while I was digging this up because there is totally a ravine underneath there. But that's alright, we're just going to cover that up, whistle nonchalantly, and walk away. Alright, so we got the hole dug into the ground now. This is a pretty big area for some pangolins. Now, it looks like, according to the wiki again, I am not an expert on these things, they like to live in more... Well, they live in a variety of biomes. Like they can live in like some kind of forested biomes and plains and everything. But primarily, they like the like kind of hilly, barren, and sandy biome. So I'm thinking that's what we're going to go with for designing this thing. Now we do have to keep in mind that the plan here is to put a really big bridge that goes right right across the top of this thing. Probably going to do a suspension bridge too, so it's going to dip down a little bit. So I might actually need to lower the ground just a little bit more, because I want to put some elevation change in here. If they like hilly areas, I don't want to keep this flat. Ugh. Yeah, I'm going to lower it one more. Okay, I have lowered it down by 1 block. And then I went ahead and filled in just this little section here. This is where the ravine is. Can you tell? It's in the shape of a ravine right there. I also quickly threw up the walls. I think they're done. I'm not going to be putting any mossy cobblestone in here because this is supposed to be more of a dry and sort of arid environment. Now, I kind of need to actually remove these blocks here and replace that with grass as well. Just to get the starting block, just to get our blank canvas. Because I don't want to... I mean, there will... actually, hold on, wait 1 second. I might be second-guessing myself. What if I actually use these spots to raise the land up? Because remember, this is supposed to be like a hilly terrain. So what if I just filled all this in with, like, grass right here? And then it would be, like, a little bit of a divot right here. And then, yeah, okay, I like it. I'm trying to create a hilly kind of dry area. So first, let's start off by slapping in a bunch of grass here to kind of get the shape of the terrain down. And then we're going to change over the terrain to be more sandy, barren, wastelandy, well, not wasteland, brushland kind of more. But it all starts with putting down a bunch of grass. There we go. We got a bunch of grass put down now. So this is going to be like the terrain for the most part. I might add a little bit here or there, but this is the general shape. Now this is a whole lot of grass, and grass is not what I'm looking for. In case you're wondering why that's open there, that is actually the bridge, where the bridge is going to go. So I just kind of left that the way it is right now. But yeah, this is not what it's going to be in the end, of course. This is just our blank canvas. So let's get the ground backpack out here, and let's look around. I have a lot of this sandy dirt, which is good. Gravel, Let's actually just make that a full stack. Sandy coarse dirt, that's excellent. That's actually what I wanted the gravel for. And path blocks, I'm thinking, are going to be a big one in here, too. Do we have any sandy or coarse dirt in here? I think that's in the bat backpack. Let's look in there real quick. Yeah, there's a little bit in there. Okay, we might have to make some more of that. Podzol might not be a bad idea to sprinkle in there as well. Definitely not any green concrete powder. We're not making it look nice and lively here. Is this supposed to be more barren or dry? Okay, and then I'm thinking probably stone. Do I not have any? Do I not have any stone anywhere? Where's a dump chest? It's got to be in there. Dump chest, stone. Thank you. There we go. It's probably just some regular, good old-fashioned stone will work out pretty good. And then, oh, actually, you know what? Sand. It's regular, plain old sand would probably be great in here too. So that way it'll look like sandy kind of, I need to get some, oh, actually, hold on. Wait, where's this stuff? Sandy dirt. Let me take some. I'm going to replace some of this on the edge here and let the grass grow over the edge of it. That way I don't have to go farm it up. Just a sandy dirt. Let that start turning into sandy dirt with grass growing on it. That way you'll kind of see that on the edge there. Dot that in along the edges of the where it kind of drops down a block, and I'm going to probably sprinkle in some of the sandy coarse dirt in there as well as a little bit of sand. Okay, just like that. Okay, I'm thinking that's pretty good. I tried to kind of disperse this evenly throughout here because we're not done by any means, of course, but we do have all of the coarse sandy dirt down as well as the sand blocks themselves down, and that's all I added to that right there. Some of the grass has grown over just the sandy dirt that we had here, just the regular stuff, and that's good. It makes it look really nice and dry kind of on that edge. That's kind of what I was going for. So now I'm thinking if we were to add like gravel and stone in here with the occasional podzol block, I don't want to go too heavy on the podzol. That would look weird. And then we could also sprinkle in some coarse dirt. I'm thinking that'll look pretty good, but which one should we start with? Let's go with the coarse dirt and with the occasional gravel bit in there. I'm thinking that's probably what we're going to want to do. Okay, those are all put in place now. I tried to go a little bit lighter on those blocks rather than the sand ones because I do want this to look very dry. Now the podzol, like I said, very, very lightly. Ooh, that was actually too much already. Very, very lightly. I want to kind of dot this in here. Really, this is just going to be a few blocks put in here. Not much. Like I said, don't want to overdo it with the podzol because that makes things look kind of like damp and just not the right feel, you know. But I do want to have it be in there because the brown color is an interesting color, and I think that's going to blend in really well with the rest of the terrain. But like I said, sparingly. Ta-da! It's like such a small detail, but I think that works out. Now, we do have to sprinkle in a little bit more stone in here, though, because this is a little bit too grassy for what I'm trying to kind of convey here. And these will add interesting spots for some stone piles, I'm thinking, throughout this as well. Okay, I think we got all of the blocks put in that I want to. I guess some regular terracotta would probably look really good mixed in with this. So I probably should have added that towards the beginning. I'm thinking probably would have looked better. But you know what? There's a creepy cave noise right there. But I think we can probably get away with adding this in a little bit here or there as well. So let me just quickly dot this in here too. Okay, I think that's pretty good. That'll do just fine. It actually does really change up kind of the style of the whole land when you add that terracotta in there. Let's quickly inhale a chicken here because I'm getting a little hungry. Maybe 2, maybe even 3. Yep, let's eat 3 of them. And then we got to talk about like vegetation. I didn't add the path blocks because usually when I add the path blocks, I end up putting vegetation and stuff over them. It kind of ruins it. So this is supposed to be barren. So we're gonna have to probably dive into the bat backpack and grab ourselves 30 whole dead leaves. I got to collect more of those things. As well as we'll grab some oak leaves as well, just for kind of adding a little extra greenery inside the dead leaves. Now these are going to be very similar to the plants that we actually have around here in just the outside of the exhibits. But I do want to add just like a little bit of bushes in some places. Like maybe that. You know, just a couple of them around here. It's supposed to be, I guess a brushland is kind of like closer to what it's going to look like. But it's supposed to be a little bit of a barren kind of dead area. So I don't want to overdo it with too many plants. But I'm going to add these in just occasionally. And then we'll move on to the next step. Okay, so the next step, I'm thinking I'm going to need some of these cobble slabs. Maybe a little andesite. Maybe not, actually. Let's grab some gravel. Yeah, gravel would be good. And some smooth stone here. We're going to work on these stone piles here before we get too much farther along. I do want to add in just a little bit of stuff. A little bit of stuff. I mean, that's pretty good the way it is, right there. Let's just add in a little extra detail into these places here. Let's actually remove that right there. I think that'll look better. Just a little something jutting out of the ground so that it's not as flat and boring. There we go. All right, we got some elevation here, a little bit of terrain change, so it's not just the same old, same old. So now I think we're actually ready to move on to like bushes or like plant life and stuff. Let's oh man, my inventory is not looking too great right now, but we can quickly fix that. Yeah, I'll throw that right there. Let's move on to the plants real quick. See what kind of plants we can squeeze in here. This is actually looking pretty good for looking like a dry, barren, hilly area, I'm thinking. So, well, I don't really actually have a lot of plants left. I forgot I was supposed to go searching for plants, and then like a big old I didn't. Okay, but dead bushes for sure are going here. Luckily, I don't actually need a whole lot of lively things here. Desert grass, probably a good idea as well. Don't really have a whole lot of that. I really need to go get some of that. Dried bamboo, you know I'm going to fit that in here. And I don't want to put thorns because thorns will probably damage them. Sea oats wouldn't look too bad as well. Barley, Desert sprouts, probably. I don't think we're going to be putting clovers in on this one right here. And then the tiny cactus, which I still don't know if that hurts the animals or not. I think I've tested this multiple times and I just keep forgetting. But we'll leave the cactus out of it for right now, at least. All right, let's start off by sprinkling in a bunch of dead bushes in here because this is going to be kind of a drier, kind of decrepit landscape, so it's okay to have a few of these sprinkled in. Okay, I'm thinking that's probably pretty good. Be gone, dead sprouts. Now let's get the desert grass and the desert sprouts down here. So I think these have to be planted on something kind of, yeah, like that. Okay, now, and I think they can also be planted on sand. Yeah, they can. Let's go ahead and just sprinkle this in occasionally all over the place. All right, that should be pretty good. Now we got barley and sea oats to kind of pack in here someplace, as well as the dried bamboo. So, dried bamboo, huh? I guess we'll kind of squeeze it over here in the corner. Now, this is going to want to grow, so let's grab some string. And I'm also going to need some kind of block. We'll just grab this, I guess, for right now. Actually, here, we'll grab some gray concrete. Seems like a good block to use. This is going to want to grow, like I said, so I want to keep one shrunk right there. And the other one, I wouldn't mind, even though it's dead, it says right there, grow 6%, so it's already working on it. I think I'm going to put that like right up there. That way it'll grow up too. So it won't grow up fully, but it'll always look like it's kind of like a staggered pattern there that way. But then the barley and the sea oats. Now, the sea oats, I don't really know if I really want to go too crazy on these things, but I do want to sprinkle them in occasionally because this is definitely not near any kind of like ocean. Yeah, these are primarily found like on beaches and stuff, but I think they look pretty good for making it look kind of like a dry field because it's like tall grass. Like it's like tall grass, but it's not vanilla Minecraft tall grass. If that makes any sense whatsoever. So let's go ahead and just dot this in here occasionally, like so, and then that'll probably be pretty good. Now the barley we're gonna dot in as well. Now barley, like I've done in other exhibits, I try to keep it kind of close together-ish, you know, like something like that. That'll be pretty good. So little patches of it around, and I think that works the best for this stuff because it kind of seems to grow in sort of patches, a little bit like that. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm just looking at trying to think, does this make any sense whatsoever? I think it does. Okay, yeah, that's pretty good. I'm thinking that looks pretty good right now, or as it is right now. And let's go ahead and grab the plants backpack, and we're just going to yeet everything back into there. Yeet. Okay, out of there. And then, where's the squid backpack? I need you desperately in my life. We're going to grab some buttons out of here, because this will definitely have some pebbles, especially around the stone piles. Let's go ahead. Actually, let's pop that thing. Don't really like that. Let's move that over a little bit, because I kind of like the grass being right there, because I'm going to put tall grass on it. It's going to look fantastic. I can't wait. But let's dot these pebbles in here all over the place, and then we'll be on to doing probably the path blocks after that. So the pangolins that are going to be living in here are definitely going to be matting down the grass, so we're going to have to go through this and kind of mat down a fair amount of the grass blocks, actually, and make it look like it's been trotted on a whole lot by the animals. That looks weird. We got to fix that, that's for sure. There we go. That is better. Let's put the sand back in its home there so I don't get that all lost and confused. All right, so now we just got to go around, put down some path blocks here or there, and then we'll be on to raising up some of the grass, and this exhibit is just about finished already. How about that? I'm thinking that looks pretty much like a kind of a sandy, gentle hill, barren area. I don't know. What do you guys think? Does that look kind of like what you'd expect? I mean, I'm going off the wiki, remember, and there is multiple different biomes these things could live in. So I just kind of picked one, and so this is what, because they could also live in like forested areas too. It says so, but this is what they seem to prefer: sandy, hilly areas, and it described them as barren. So I didn't put any trees in here because of that reason. I'm thinking that works out pretty good. Now we're not done yet though, because we have to add some. We need to add some of this stuff here. We need to add a bunch of bone meal to this grass and get this growing. And then I think we'll be basically done in here. But we're not done completely with this episode, because not only do we not have the fence up there, but we also don't have the bridge built, so we still got stuff to do today. Listen, I'm just not there yet with the flowers, okay? Every time I see them pop up, it's like it's gotten worse. It's gotten worse. I've been trying to get better with it, but it's gotten worse. The yellow yellow ones wouldn't be that bad. but these flowers are killing me. The yellow ones wouldn't be that bad, but I just hate how vanilla flowers look when you got all these other better options. I completely forgot to add flowers to this. So once we get the grass put in here, we'll go back through and we'll add some flowers for sure. Okay, I'm thinking that looks pretty good. Now let's go dive into the flower backpack here. I'm thinking these guys will actually probably look really good in here. And I don't know of anything else really, because it's supposed to be kind of a dry area. So I'm thinking that these things are about the best bet. So I'm going to go ahead and just dot these in occasionally. Oh, I just got rid of a dead bush, but it's fine, it's fine. It looks like it's going to be nighttime here any second now. Creepers be creeping. They're definitely going to be blowing me up here pretty soon. So I'm going to quickly put down some flowers. And then maybe get to sleep before I get blown up. That guy just appeared right there. He's still on fire. How did you get there? How? What? That was creepy. He actually made me jump. All right, I need to sleep before the creepers blow me up. Okay, so that's looking pretty good, but my only real question that I have, and it's an important one right now, is who is in there? What is it? Is it a creeper? Is it a skeleton, a spider, enderman, witch? What is it? What are you? I think it's a skeleton. It's a skeleton. Okay, we're good. Whew. Okay, I was gonna be like, I don't want to get blown up. I don't want to go into my my aviary and just get immediately exploded. So, gotta keep my eyes out for that. I'm always keeping an eye on the radar up on top of the mini map up there whenever I head towards there, because things can kind of spawn in there. It's not exactly safe. I mean, neither is the entire zoo. So, but. All right. So, what do you guys think? Does this look like a decent exhibit for some pangolins? I think I kind of like it. I actually do kind of like it. Didn't mean to fall in here, but I kind of like it. Let's just yeet myself out of here real quick. Yeah, I think that this will work pretty good. Now, we're not done yet, though, because we still have to build the bridge. Now, if you look, this bridge is not lined up quite correctly. If you also look, there's a chunk glitch right there happening. But if this isn't lined up correctly, it's actually one over, so it is going to be slightly diagonal, and that's okay. I'm not scared of that stuff at all. I can definitely get it to work. But first, before I get to doing that, I'm going to quickly finish off the railing around this thing so that we don't accidentally fall in here again. And then I'll get to work on the bridge. Okay, the fence has been put up on the side here. Not like that really matters. There's not going to be walkways on the side of this, but it just kind of makes it blend in with the rest of the zoo. So now the walkway is cutting right through the middle of this, so you're going to be able to look over the edge basically to see the pangolins. But it's going to dip down a little bit, so I got to actually kind of plot this out. It's going to start there, and it's going to dip down to probably relatively low, actually. I'm thinking maybe right here. So I'm going to just bring this across, if I can, without getting caught in the tall grass and stuff. Bring this across, and that'll be the lowest point of it. Now, if I need to raise this up at all, it's not that big of a deal, because I can just, you know, just click on the, put a block on the top of it. But for the center part, that's actually probably pretty good for right now. For the center part, I didn't make it. That's going to be where I want to yeet. There we go. That's where it's going to end up going to. So it's going to probably dip down here a little bit, and then it's going to dip down to right about here is the lowest elevation you're going to be at. So you're going to be like inside the pen, which I think is kind of cool. But it does have to actually turn, yeah, a little bit. Okay, so now that I got the blocks placed there, I should be able to get to work on actually putting in some slabs, and then we should be able to get a little bit of a shape to this bridge. I gotta try to center the bow, though. That's the thing. How many blocks apart is this thing? Let me just count this real quick. 25. So that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This is the center. Did I get it right? See, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 on that side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Almost. I almost got it right. It's incredible, actually. I could actually just do like a little one of these numbers, and then I think that's centered now as far as the bow, like how far down it bows. Yeah, that's perfect. All right, sweet. Now, ender pearls, I need you really badly in my life because I need to get out of here. I need to inhale a chicken once I get up here, and it's time to start placing some slabs. Actually, 2 chickens. I must have been really hungry. It's time to start placing some slabs. Let's see, fences and stuff. I don't think I put it in there. I think it's actually in the wood backpack. Yeah, it's right here. There's some fences right there. I'm also going to need to make some fur fences as well. Let's do a whole bunch of this right here. I need an empty place to do some crafting right now. There we go. All right, so we got a bunch of slabs. This should be enough for us to get across there. Okay, let me start placing these things and see if we can't make ourselves a bridge. I'm going to try to do a suspension bridge similar to... Well, hold on one second. If I do a suspension bridge, it might be a little difficult to see over this. Yeah, suspension bridge is probably the best bet here, I'm thinking, because I don't want people falling into the bed. So yeah, suspension bridge, I'm thinking is still the best bet, even though it might look kind of weird and might impede a little bit of the view. Obviously, the bridge itself is going to impede some of the view. I could do like a glass bridge, but that's very, because then they could, people could look down. But that's like very, very different style compared to everything I've done here in the zoo. So to keep it with the style, keep it stylized with the rest of the zoo, I'm going to do another wood suspension bridge, and I think that'll look just fine. So let me get to placing a bunch of slabs here, and we'll see what we got. Oh, right, there we have one beautiful looking suspension bridge with absolutely no railings or no suspension things at all. So it's not that bad. Like, it works for what the purpose is. You know, you can walk across it and you can see in the exhibit, so it works. But it definitely doesn't look stylized enough to really warrant being here, because you could totally just fall off the edge into the pangolin exhibit. And that's not really what I'm trying to do here. So I'm kind of thinking, I mean, this is really going to impede the view, though. That's the thing that's kind of bugging me, is you're not going to really be able to see around the side. Maybe I should just leave it. Maybe I should just leave it. Because I was going to add the railings on the side, like similar to what we did here, which, yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it just like that one right there. That's how it's going to be. We're even going to put the little things on top here, if I can figure out how to get up there. I need to put a block, and then I can bink, and then bink, got that one. And then we're going to have the railings kind of come back just a little bit, like that, okay? And then we're going to go right into the rope railings kind of going along the sides here. I mean, they're made out of fences, but, ropes is what they're supposed to. I'm just using my imagination. I heard a skeleton. Where are you? Oh, he's right there. I see him. Okay, so you clearly need a torch down here. Don't want any skeletons spawning in down here. That's not any fun. It makes weird noises and it scares the guests, so we want to make sure that you are dealt with. Okay, now we can get back out of here, and we can put these railings in properly. Interesting. I had exactly the right amount of fences to pull this off. I think I might have dropped one too. I can't really remember. I don't know where. Well, it's fine. It's gone. It's gone forever. But yeah, I had exactly the right amount of fences for that. Now that does look kind of clustered and stuff. Now I could put fence gates in there, which I don't think would look too bad actually. I usually do that to kind of break up the kind of the repeated pattern of just repeated fences. So I do have a few of them made up, so I can probably squeeze them in there somewhere. Let me just quickly dot. Oh, they're gonna need to be put on blocks, aren't they? Yeah, it's gonna take a little bit of effort, but all right, I'll get them in there. Let me just dot these in real quick. Ta-da! All right, I got the fence gates put in here, so obviously people could just walk right through them and fall into the pangolin exhibit, but they're just for looks anyway. It's just something to kind of add a little extra detail to the bridge. So I'm thinking that's going to be it for the pangolin exhibit. I know that it doesn't allow for a lot of viewing area, and they could absolutely hide underneath the bridge, but this is just supposed to be like a nice added feature to this walkway going across here, and it was the best idea I could come up with. Like I said, I could have just curved the path around there, but it seems just kind of boring. I think the idea of a path going, like a bridge going through an exhibit is kind of cool. I don't know. Like I said, it's going to give them a lot of places to hide, but that's okay. I don't really care. But the big question is how many pangolins do I have? That's a pretty big exhibit. I could probably squeeze quite a few of them in there. So let me just go check. Let's go check, because I'm going to need names. So let's go take a look. I actually only have 3. I've only ever caught 3 of these things. I'll see if I can find another one before the next episode, but at least 3 pangolin names. Pangolin. I think I'm saying that correctly too, by the way. If I'm not, please comment section, let me know. But I'm thinking I'm going to need 3 pangolin names. So if you guys could be so kind as to head down into the comment section and leave your best pangolin names, that'd be greatly appreciated. All right, you guys, I'm going to get on out of here, though. Had a lot of fun building that one. Hopefully you guys like the exhibit. Let me know what you guys think. I really do want to know. But thank you guys so much for donating your eyeballs and your holes to this episode of ZAWA. Have yourself a wonderful weekend. Congrats, everyone. You made it to Friday. I'm proud of you all. So I will see you guys next week for some more ZAWA fun. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and bye-bye.